What's up, my dudes? Old Greasy Freezy back at it again, boys. Had to come in here and make a video talking about this little drama that just went down in the last World Supercross race that we just had, okay? Vince Freezy, I don't know how to say his name, I don't really care, but yeah. So, he's just being the guy that he always has been, okay? Supposedly, like, he was holding up the pack for a few laps, doing his weird shit that he normally does, and then he took out Wilson, I believe it was, after they were battling clean before. Okay, so, you know, and obviously Vince went through the whole situation with Weston Peick back in the day where they literally went fucking WWE, fucking, you know, a little bit of UFC on the track, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, this doesn't shock me at all. A lot of people are upset on social media. They're going crazy, like, Vince Freeze needs to be banned, he needs to be kicked out of the shit and all this, right? So, my personal point of view on it is basically like, I'm okay with whatever somebody wants to do on the track. Like, if they want to take people out, if they want to brake check people, if they want to do this or that, but you got to be able to deal with the consequences, okay? Which typically stops most people from, you know, riding like an absolute idiot, like just doing those weird Michael Alessi bonehead-ass moves, you know? Typically, it stops most people from doing that because they know that's what they're going to get back to them, you know what I'm saying? So, but every once in a while, you'll have these particular individuals like a Vince Freeze or a Michael Alessi or whoever, and it's almost like they don't even care. It's like they're, I don't know, like they're just not even thinking about it deep enough, so then they just keep doing it, and they just keep doing it, and they just keep doing it. But here's my thing with it, is it's like, my biggest problem with Vince Freeze, somebody at Vince Freeze's, like, caliber, to be doing something like that, he's not even really at that super speed level to be racing that aggressive. Do you know what I'm saying? And I felt that exact same way with Michael Alessi. You know, it's a little bit different if you're talking about like a Justin Barcia. I mean, Barcia's taking out everybody and their grandma, but at the end of the day, at least you can say Barcia a lot of times can like back it up speed-wise, you know? He's kind of got the resume to prove that he is one of the fastest guys out there most of the time. Obviously, he's been a little up and down, you know, throughout his career, but Barcia's on a whole nother level than like a Vince Freeze or a Michael Alessi or something like that. That's kind of the problem I start to have, is when you get somebody at like a Vince Freeze or a Michael Alessi kind of level and they're the ones being super aggressive and shitty on the track. It's like, bruh, you're not even really to that level where, you know, you're kind of like a roadblock combined with a hazard, you know, combined with the super aggressive racing. It just doesn't make any sense, I guess. That's the biggest problem that I start to have with a particular rider. Now, if they're one of the fastest ones out there, like they're basically top one or two dudes on the track, I'm pretty much okay with them doing anything they want to do on the track, just because they're backing it up with actual speed, you know? It's not like they're just taking somebody out because they know they can't beat them, or they're just taking somebody out because they know they can't run with them. You know, there's a big difference in just like raw aggression and then like, I'm too slow to actually race against this guy, so I'm gonna do all these weird little bullshit tactics to try to crash this guy because I know that and everybody knows that I'm not fast enough to actually beat him straight up. That's what I have a problem with. You see what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know, that's the way I've always thought about it. Like, if somebody at a Villapoto's kind of caliber wants to take somebody out or brake check somebody, I'm good with that. I have absolutely no problem with that. But, you know, it's almost like you gotta prove your worth by your speed level and your resume, you can't just be the most aggressive guy out there and then be the, the seventh fastest dude out there. Like, that just doesn't compute with me. That doesn't make any sense to me. And it seems like Vince Friese has always been that kind of guy where he really ain't that fat. I mean, he really ain't that good. He's like a, maybe a fifth place kind of guy on his best day type shit, but he may rip a hole shot and then he's going to act like he's like the best guy out there and start trying to be aggressive with the guys that are actually faster. That's more so when I start to have the problem. But, and I guess when you start having these multiple occasions to the point where it's just like, bruh, like, come on now, dog. It just starts to kind of get to that sort of a point. But the irony of it is, a lot of times when you get people that are actually on that next level of speed, like a Villapoto or a James Stewart or something like that, most time they won't even waste their time, doing those little bullshit tactics on the track because they're trying to win the race. They're just trying to focus on their own race. And that's what happens when you actually get to that kind of skill level. You will stop doing all the little stupid shit because you know that it's just going to slow you down. You know what I'm saying? So, but there's all different occasions and all different moments. Like if a Villapoto's really battling with a James Stewart, then yeah, you might start to have more of those little moments and stuff. But it just kind of seems like dudes like Vince Friese and Mike Alessi and some of these guys, they just reach so hard because they just can never get to that actual top level of the sport. You know what I'm saying? That they can never actually get to that super top tier level where they're really winning races and they're really... So then it just seems like they get to that point in their career where that's kind of the last thing they can start to do is take people out and do all these weird little things to try to get one win or one thing, and that's like all they're ever going to do in their whole career. I just can't see much like respect level for that, and dude took out Weston Peick. I think it was like literally every race of a particular night, like literally qualifying, heat race, LCQ, and then like everything that night when they got in a full-blown punching battle. You would have thought Friese would have learned a little bit of a lesson after that one, but weirdly enough, I don't feel like Friese has ever learned anything from any of that. Same way with Mike Alessi. I don't feel like they've ever learned anything from anything they've ever went through on the track. They're still going to ride as boneheaded as they ever have before. It's just, I don't know. There's no way to even explain it. I don't know where it comes from. I don't know what the hell. I don't know where that shit comes from. I really don't. But I'm just saying, for me personally, I categorize Barcia like in a totally different sort of stratosphere, or even like a Damon Bradshaw, or like somebody, the super aggressive riders of the past. It's cool and all when you can actually back that up with speed, and you're not just like a 5th to 10th place kind of guy. I just don't have respect for the super aggressive 5th to 10th place kind of guys, whereas I do have more respect for the guys that could actually go out there and win a race that are more aggressive. That just seems so much more okay to me. Definitely let me know down in the comments what you guys think, but that's kind of my opinion on this Friese situation, you know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily think Friese needs to be banned or whatever the hell, but just like, y'all boys are going to have to handle those particular guys like that on the track. You know what I'm saying? And if you do that, eventually, I mean, I thought Friese would have learned his lessons, but, oh man, I guess not. I guess you guys are going to have to show him again, show him again, you know what I'm saying? I mean, sometimes that's just what it comes down to, But I think it all needs to be settled on the track. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody needs to be banned. Just settle the shit on the track. Make it happen on the track. And then it is what it is. It's just racing, and then Friese can't really say anything about it either. You know what I'm saying? That's my sort of viewpoint on it. That's just all I have to say about it. So we'll see. This will definitely make the next World Supercross race fun to watch. I'm definitely going to tune into that one for sure. I was kind of confused there for a minute because the World Supercross was like, I didn't even know if they were going to keep doing it. They like lost sponsors or whatever the hell was going on. So yeah, so apparently World Supercross is back going again. So I'll have to tune into that again. But either way, man, appreciate you guys watching all the videos. I'll see you boys on that next one later. Dude.